Alrighty folks, welcome along to X Factor Cars Riverside Speedway. Sun is shining on us for once. Massive thank you to the Speedway fans of Southland for coming out here this afternoon and supporting us. We have been through some turmoil this season already, folks. Of course, we've had 2 cancellations due to COVID and a couple of rainouts as well. And I'll tell you what, yesterday I was a very, very nervous club president when it came to what the weather was doing. Everybody assured me it would be fine today, and everybody was right. Of course, there has been a ton of rain overnight. The infield here very, very wet. Track surface all day has been very, very wet. So we thank the Saloons and, of course, all the rest of the grades for coming out and doing some wheel packing just to get this track absolutely spot on. So a massive thank you to everyone involved in setting up this meeting. We are getting very, very good at setting up meetings. We're just not getting very good at getting the meetings finished off. So folks, race number 1 of the 2020-21 season here at X Factor Cars, Riverside Speedway, and we have the Southland Championship, heat number 1 for 6 shooters here. And we take a look at the field for this event. Car number 7 from Riverside is Jason Jenner, 18 from Cromwell, Tony Simon, 19 from Cromwell, Brian Allison. Shannara Stronach, who was racing sprint cars the last few weekends, jumps back in the 6-shooter. She's car number 21 from Cromwell, 22 from Cromwell, Nick Prattley. 27 from Riverside is Emma Gordon. Adam Evans is car number 41 from Cromwell. Gavin Reid, a new driver to the class, car number 46 from Riverside. Harrison Brown, we mentioned him before. He's the current Southland Youth Saloon champion. He's now up in the adult classes. He is car number 57. The reigning Southland champion, car number 58 from Cromwell. That is Ben Smart. Dwayne Cracknell, car number 66 from Riverside. Great looking livery on his car for this season. Luke Shearing steps out of sprint cars into the six shooters. He is car number 68 from Cromwell. And a brand new driver this year, folks, car number 95 out of Riverside, Nigel Marshall. He's done a couple of meetings. He did one at Beachlands, and I think he's done one at Central Motor Speedway. So his first meeting here at his home circuit. So as we mentioned before, they will do a couple of 12-lap races that will decipher the grid draw for the feature final. And of course that feature final where they place in that event is where they will be for the Southland Championship for 2020-21. 21-22. Forgotten what year it is, the whole COVID thing, I think. Shannara Stronach, issues with car number 21 from Cromwell, so I'm not sure whether she's calling for the 3-minute bell to try and get that car sorted. We'll wait and see what happens down on track here. So looks like we're about to get a start here, folks. Green flag drops, we go racing here. Southland Championship on the line for 2021-22, and it's our reigning Southland champion Ben Smart who leads down the back straight here at X Factor Cars Riverside Speedway. Into 3 and 4 we go. It is Smart out in front, followed by Brown. Then we go back to Allison and Adams. That's your top 4 cars at the moment. 1 lap down. Look at Adam Evans trying to find a way through, trying to get past Allison, but Allison's in defence mode. Then we go back to Marshall. He's a brand new driver doing a great job at the moment. Up in 5th place under a bit of pressure from Simon. Out in front though it is still Ben Smart, the young bloke from Cromwell who leads this one here. Harrison Brown in his first 6-shooter race on his home track here, holding 2nd place. Then we go back to Adam Evans, car number 41. He's in 3rd, then Allison, Simon. Marshall's next in the queue. Then we go back to Gordon, Stronach, Cracknell, Shearing, Prattley, Jenner, and Reid at the tail of the field. So Evans now starting to chew in to the lead that Harrison Brown is holding in 2nd place, but out in front it is still Ben Smart with a handy lead. Smart comes through 3 and 4 onto the main straight. Evans really starting to catch up now on the man they call Curly, Harrison Brown. Couple of car lengths between 2nd and 3rd place. That's where your race is at the moment. Simon sneaks through the gap. He's now up to 4th place with Allison and Marshall just behind him. Lap traffic in front of Ben Smart. This is the start to the championship that Smart would have wanted. He is the defending champ. He would love to bag maximum points here in heat number 1 at X Factor Cars Riverside Speedway. Smart goes to the outside. Sits about mid-track, goes around Reed, goes around Jenner, has a look at Prattley, manages to get it done as he sneaks down the outside. Brown and Evans, Brown makes contact with Jenner, then he goes out and gives turn number 3 a bit of a kiss as well, so contact there for Brown as he slips down a place. So that puts Evans up to second now. Brown still holds third, but he's going to be out of this one here. He's going to stop on the outside of turn 2. This will bring out a caution unless he can get to the infield. Yellow should come on. They do come on. So Harrison Brown, car 57, made contact with a lapped car, the lapped car of Jason Jenner. Are out. We should go racing this time around. Ben Smart with his second restart. Heat number 1 seems to have taken an eternity here. Gordon takes a big bite of turn number 4. Gets past Marshall, so she's now up to third place, but we'll wait and see whether she keeps it. She was pretty keen to get through. But out in front, side by side, Smart and Evans come onto the main straight here at X Factor Cars Riverside Speedway. Through they go, absolutely nothing between these two young guns as they pull away from the field. Evans looks for a way down the outside. Can he carry it through 3 and 4? What a great sight, these two young guns giving each other the respect that they both deserve as drivers, as Evans manages to get a nose in front into 3 and 4 once more. Can Evans get the overlap as they come onto the main straight? The white flag is about to come out. One more lap to run. Heat 1 for the Southland title. And Evans is now in the lead of this one here. Starts to pull away from Smart now that he's got it done. In third place, we see Marshall, the new man. He's only driven these cars a couple of times and he's up to third place in the Southland Championship. But it's going to be the 41 of Adam Evans who takes it out over Smart. Marshall with a very, very good third placing for a new driver. Then we go back. Fourth place, Gordon, then Stronach, then Simon. But what a race up front. Smart will be absolutely livid. Those couple of restarts really cost him. He had a massive buffer over Harrison Brown when he brought out the yellow. Of course, it condensed the field. And all of a sudden, Adam Evans, it gave him an invite to swipe, and swipe he did. He takes out heat number 1 here at X Factor Cars Riverside Speedway, racing for the Southland Championship. The Harvey Tanks Youth Saloons will roll out on track next.
Hi, welcome to X Factor Cars, Southland's multi-award-winning pre-owned dealership.
Stockists of classic collectibles, V8s, family vehicles, trade vehicles and everything in between. Thinking American or Aussie muscle, family vehicle or custom? Think X Factor Cars.
And of course we've got Maddie Stewart, Youth Saloon Competitor of the Year from Dunedin. On her outside, Dane Harvey, car number 22, the Harvey Tanks. Sponsored machine. Southland Championship is on the line. They await the green flag. It drops. We go racing. The Harvey Tanks Youth Saloons. And it's Crosby out in front. Moxon looks for a big move around the outside of Richardson. Gets it done. Goes around Memphis as well. So Moxon straight away up into that second spot. Memphis in third. Then we go back to Simon. Henderson looking racy early in car number 47 as they go down to turn number 3. Then we go back to Richardson, Benfowl, Borthwick, and Stewart. Bit of smoke coming out of the back of car number 22, Dane Harvey. And then car number 12, the man we spoke about before, Joshua McIntyre, the BMAC Sheet Metal sponsored Corolla, starting to work his way through the field. Then we've got Anderson, Dryden, Zoe Memphis, Ryan Palmer, Caden. Race goes down a lap, as does Stanton, just her first race. So good to see young Rose Stanton in car number 98 out on track. But out in front though, Alex Crosby in the Honda Integra leads this one here, car number 41. He thought he'd won himself a race at Beachlands last weekend. He thought the race was over. He finished a lap before everyone else, just to find out there was still one more lap to go, so we won't make that mistake here again. Look at him starting to work his way through the field. He's picked up a couple of back markers, and he's chasing down Taylor Dryden and Kate Anderson. Kahu Moxham still holds at second place, almost gives the wall a bit of a kiss as he comes out of turn number 4. Goes around the outside of Palmer. Watch out for Simon in car number 26. He's got a wee bit of clear air now, and he's starting to find a rhythm here at X-Factor Cars Riverside Speedway. Henderson not too far off the pace in car number 47. Then we go back to Borthwick, Emma Memphis and Stewart looking racy at the moment too. So Alex Crosby puts a lap on Joshua Richardson in car 53. He's starting to now threaten car 12, which is young Joshua McIntyre. Dane Harvey's there as well, so's Benton Bayfell. Through they go. Crosby trying to find a way through that lap traffic. He's going to thread the needle down the middle. He needs to be patient because the battle behind him between Moxham and Simon is starting to happen, and he doesn't want to get caught up. Through he goes. Oh, Benfeld's made contact with the wall coming out of 4. He's going to park up on the main straight. This will bring the yellows out. There'll be a restart. Baton Benfeld, he gave that wall a decent snotting as he come round turn number 4. Caden Race, car 49, he goes to the infield as well. He's a big Speedway fan, that boy, the Nothing But Dirt Photography, Deb's Nothing But Dirt Photography sponsored car number 49. He's been collecting posters of all his favourite Speedway drivers ever since he was about 2 foot tall here at X-Factor Cars Riverside Speedway, so it's great to see him get out on track and do some racing. Alrighty folks, so everything reformed back out on track there. Of course, this meeting here, because we were meant to run last weekend, we're a wee bit short of people counting the laps, so the lap scorers would have been counting furiously below me and getting it all sorted, so just bear with us here folks. Of course, if you would like to become a volunteer here at X-Factor Cars Riverside Speedway, we need you. We need help in all sorts of places, so flick us a message on the old Facebook. Love to have you on board. We get started once again, and Alex Crosby hits the loud pedal straight away, but that battle for second place is where it's going to be played out. Kahu Moxham looking for a way around Taylor Dryden at the moment. Shannon Simon all over the back of Moxon, looks to the outside. Moxon needs to make a move on that pass early. Hasn't done so, and it's now cost him second place. And Riley Henderson is there tapping on the door as well. Need to make those passes as soon as you get onto that trailing car. Out in front, Alex Crosby. Has Crosby got issues? He has. The race leader gone to the outside of the circuit. So car 41, the race leader, seems to have issues. He's got a flat right front tyre. So Simon now leads Heat 1 of the Southland Youth Saloon Championship. Riley Henderson up to second place. Moxon in third. Absolutely gutting for Crosby. He's going to circulate and score some points. Look at the traffic down here as they come onto the main straight. Moxham now. He's made a move back for third place. So Henderson drops a spot. Currently sits in fourth. Currently sits in third. Simon leads. He's catching up now in car number 19. That's Emma Memphis. Shannon Simon out in front. Moxham in second. Riley Henderson right beside him in third place. Then we go back to Borthwick, Stewart. Dane Harvey's in the queue there as well. McIntyre putting pressure on him. White flag comes out, one more lap to run here for car 26 from Beachland Speedway, Shannon Simon. Car 77, that's young Hamilton, parked up on the main straight, manages to get going again. Checkered flag about to come out though for car 26. Shannon Simon takes out maximum points here. Heat number 1 for the Harvey Tanks. Youth Saloon, second place goes to Moxon. Henderson will come home in third in car number 47. He'll be happy with that there. New car for him, debuting. Alex Crosby absolutely livid, had a massive lead before the yellows come out early in this one here, sent him right to the tail of the field with that flat tyre. But here we back for heat number 2 of the Harvey Tanks Southland Youth Saloon Championship. But the man who will collect the checkered flag and maximum points for heat number 2 of the race number 2, heat 1, is Shannon Simon from Dunedin. Stick around, folks. Heat number 1 for best pairs of production saloons coming out on track in just a moment.
Hi, Malcolm Nardo from Suck It Up. We specialise in hydro excavation in the Canterbury region, safe dig methods around services. Also we do septic tank cleaning, drain cleaning, CCTV of your pipes. If you want an excellent service, please check us out on Facebook.
Suck It Up Limited, 740 Marston Road, Christchurch. Call them 24 hours a day on 027 588 8809.
Alrighty folks, Creativity Plus Production Saloons out on track, their first race of the afternoon of the season here at X Factor Cars Riverside Speedway. They are running best pairs here this afternoon. So pretty much how that works is best pairs have already been drawn. They've drawn numbers from a hat. So these cars out here don't know who they're even paired with. So the wash up at the end of the day's racing will be very, very interesting. The person that you're racing for position with could well be your partner. So it is what they call a blind pairs. Shane Presney, he led them out, car number 4 from Dunedin. Of course, we thank Shane for the donation last year of that tow truck on the infield there at the moment, the Rod Fox Contracting dual wheeler. Big thanks to Shane for that. Brian Wilson from Dunedin is car number 7. Claire McGregor, car number 8 from Riverside. Car number 9, Elliot Warwood, the Big Falcon. Aaron Reid is car number 16 from Riverside. Jared Dawson, car 17. Tony Jones, veteran of the sport here and life member, is back for another season in car number 23. 25 is Steve Clements, another life member of Riverside Speedway out on track. Jared Constable, he's made the trip down from State Highway 1. He's car number 24 from Dunedin. Asher Clements is car number 26 from Riverside. Blake Murdoch is in car number 32 from Riverside. Warren Smith is car 33 from Riverside. Aaron Brooklyn, car number 33 from Dunedin. Hayden Graves, car 34. Alistair Green on debut in car number 47. Stephen Nicholas from Cromwell was car number 51. 63 also from Dunedin is Regan Constable. 64 Laura Heads from Riverside. Blake Swinburne on debut in the class, car number 72. Ashley McDowell, car number 82, another one of the rear-wheel drive Falcons. 492 Jerry Lemon from Riverside. Joshua Livingston, car 15. And Hayden Skilling, car 85, rear-wheel drive Holden Commodore. That is your field of production saloons. Best pairs up for grabs. Of course, a few mentor drivers in this one here as well. You'll see the little ribbons running from the back of the roll cage out. That means they are a new driver. So we'll check out some of those new drivers as they come through. Green flag drops, we go racing. Best pairs. Creativity Plus Production Saloons underway, and it's Priestley out in front. Skilling gets a big tank slapper. In car number 85 as Lemon goes down the inside of him. Second place at the moment, the 33 from Dunedin of Aaron Brooklyn. But out in front, car number 4, Shane Priestley leads them through. So we got Priestley, Brooklyn, the 492 of Lemon. Skilling gets it all crossed up, goes to the infield. Constable finds a way through, so he now moves up to 4th place, just ahead of Hayden Graves. Blake Murdoch's right there, so Steve Clements, Asher Clements, the 51 of Stephen Nicholas from Cromwell, the sole Cromwell car in the field. Priestley still leads, he's starting to chase down Warren Smith, so Smith's going to go down a lap early in this one here. Very, very quick car number 33. But a new driver behind the wheel. Presley puts him a lap down. Brooklyn's about to as well in second place. He's car 33. Then we go back to Lemon. Constable still doing a good job holding off Skilling and Graves. Stephen Clements shoots down the inside of Blake Murdoch. A good battle happening mid-pack between the two Clements cars. Blake Murdoch and Stephen Nicholas. Joshua Livingston, fresh out of Saloons, he's right there as well. He's made the step up to production saloons this season. Out in front though, it's still car 4 from Dunedin. Shane Presley, who leads this one here, ticks off another lap. Lap traffic in front of him in the form of Ashley McDowell in car 82. Constable now trying to find a way past Jerry Lemon. Lemon trying to drive defensive. Constable looks up the inside in car number 24. Can he get the move made? That's for position 3. Sits down nice and low. Gets right down the inside of him. So Constable now moves up into third place with Hayden Graves right on his rear bumper. Jerry Lemon looking very, very shaky at the moment as he starts to fall back down through the pack. Loses another couple of spots. He's getting swamped mid-pack at the moment. Still no challenges out front though for Shane Presley in car number 4. He leads this one here from Brooklyn in car 33. Then we go back to Constable in 24, holding off Graves and Skilling. Good clean race so far for the Creativity Plus Production Saloon Best Pairs for 2021-22. Priestley now in behind Alistair Green. Green on debut. It's an ex-Daniel Rolton car, that one there. Green bought that late last season. He's been itching to get out here. Of course, he was part of the fire crew. Decided to give racing a bit of a go. Claire McGregor, she goes down a lap as well. Priestley trying to find a way through. Priestley's going to put a second lap on Warren Smith by the looks of this. So he goes 2 laps down. Then we go back to Brooklyn. 3 Dunedin cars, first, second, third, in heat number 1 for Best Pairs. Constable needs to be careful with that lap traffic there because Skilling's right on the outside and manages to get through. So Skilling now up to third place in the Commodore. Sits up high and wide, finds plenty of traction out there. Constable follows him through, so does Graves, Asher Clements, Stephen Nicholas. Steve Clements loses a couple of spots. He's stuck on the outside, right out against the wall. White flag will be shown this time around though for Shane Presley, car 4 from Dunedin. The Fugger Motorsports sponsored machine, through he comes. White flag presented, 1 lap to run here in the Creativity Plus Production Saloons. Skilling really starting to find a groove now. In car number 85 from Riverside, trying to chase down Brooklyn, who's held second place from the start of this one here. Can he chase him down? He's got a lap car between them, he won't. Chicken flag will come out though for Priestley. Car number 4 from Dunedin takes it out. Brooklyn, Aaron Brooklyn it is, will come home in second place. Followed by Skilling in third. Asher Clements, very, very quick finish in 4th place. And we go back to Constable, Steve Clements, Stephen Nicholas. Good tidy race for the Creativity Plus Production Saloons, heat number 1. Best Pairs on the line for them. Lined up, folks, on the dummy grid. First race of the season for Street Stocks coming up next.
Hi, Scott here from Expert Cars. Over the last couple of years I've used Sign Solutions for lots of jobs. Building signage, vehicle signage and even flags. If you need signage done in Invercargill, get in touch with Sign Solutions.
So folks, welcome back to X Factor Cars, Riverside Speedway Street Stocks out on track. Leading them out, car number 62, new car for him. It is the ex-Dan Black Street Stock. It is Carl Thompson behind the wheel of car number 62. Car number 29 made the trip down from Dunedin. That is Shia McCarty. Dylan McCaddy, car number 10. Very, very cool looking car this season. Oh, Dylan, he's a car painter by trade. So he's done that car up. It looks very, very smart indeed. 318 is Stephen Thompson, racing a street stock here today. Of course, he's a very, very good kart racer, and good to see him behind the wheel of the street stock. So if you're ever in Dunedin, Gordon Road Vehicle Services is where you'll find Stephen. He's actually the commentator at Beachland Speedway as well. So we'll see how he goes here this afternoon. Front row of the grid, car number 33, that is Steve Dryden. Here's your current Southland street stock champion, and behind him, Ben Bissett, car number 317 from Dunedin. Also got Paula Bungard on debut here today, car number 24. Zach Newsham, car 66. Of course, Zach usually races modified sprints. Decided to pull the street stock out of the garage and come for a skid here this afternoon at X Factor Cars Riverside Speedway. Just the 8 street stocks on track today. Thompson and Dryden from the front row of the grid. New sponsorship for Steve Dryden. Interesting sponsorship for Steve Dryden. In the starter's hands. Race number 1 of the season for street stock. Shy McCarty gets into the back of Thompson early, but it's Dryden who leads down to turns 1 and 2. Of course, reverse direction for these guys. They'll race 2 races, 1 direction, 1 race, another direction. Of course, it's all up to the clerk of the course what way they are going to go. So Zach Newsham gets a bit of a tidy up on the back straight, car number 66. Comes back on though, and it's Steve Dryden who leads. Shy McCarty in second place. Then we go back to McCaddy. Stephen Thompson doing a good job in car number 318. As I said before, folks, he's usually the commentator at Beachland, so good to see him behind the wheel of a street stock here this afternoon. I'm certainly not going to get any ideas of jumping behind the wheel of a car again, especially a street stock. Too many people would get me. So Thompson, he's fallen down the order. He's in a bit of a battle with Bissett at the moment. Zach Newsham just behind him. And in car number 24, the tail of the field on debut, Paula Bungard. So McCaddy gets a bit of a swipe from Thompson down the back straight. Drops him from second down to fourth. So McCaddy won't like that. He'll start chasing down. He's trying to get down the inside of Shy McCarty at the moment. Down to 1 and 2 they go. McCaddy sneaks down the inside. Goes right out towards the wall, gives the wall a bit of a ride coming out of turn number 2. Go around the outside of Bungard. He'll be really trying to chase down the 318 of Stephen Thompson, but out in front it is Steve Dryden, car number 33, that leads down the back straight past the Community Trust of Southland sign into turn number 3 and 4. No pressure on him whatsoever at the moment. Thompson still holds second spot. McCaddy trying to chase him down. He would certainly like a return of serve for that spin that he received just a couple of laps ago. Both the out the gate custom cars coming to a wee bit of grief there in turn number 4. Bungard, she's tangled up in that one as well. Car 24 on debut here this afternoon. Zach Newsham trying to find a way out there. He's going to pull over right in front of McCaddy. McCaddy manages to avoid it. Red light comes on. Oh, big contact there after the flag between Newsham and Shia McCarty. So totally accidental. Red flag comes out. They stop on track. A few cars just getting told to roll back to where the red flag come out. Of course, contact grade stock cars and street stocks, they always like to sneak just a little bit of extra meterage. Of course, Paula Bungard, car number 24. She was another one of the volunteers at X Factor Cars Riverside Speedway last season. Decided to jump in behind the wheel of the old HZ Holdens. So she's given the thumbs up, said she's all good to go. Lights go green, we go racing. Your lead car is car number 33, Steve Dryden. He heads down the inside of Thompson, puts a lap on him. Bungard just in front of Dryden as well, boxes him in. So Thompson, car number 62, just in front of Dryden, down the back straight. Of course, he is a lap down. Where's McCaddy at the moment? McCaddy's well back from Thompson. So Thompson at the moment being caught up behind Bungard as Bissett tries to chase him down. He's a lap down as well. So Thompson comfortably up in second place. No answer for Dryden at the moment. Third place, Dylan McCaddy, car number 10, the Bob Christie Auto Painters sponsored machine. Then we go back to McCarty in car number 29, then Newsham, Thompson. Cars all fairly spread at the moment. Newsham tries to upset the leader, Steve Dryden, but Dryden's been round long enough to know where and when he can sneak on past. He's been a New Zealand Grand Prix champion. He's been a South Island champion, never ever held the 1NZ. He's had every title apart from that. Multiple Southland championships. And he's in full control here in the first race of the season for Street Stocks at X Factor Cars. Riverside Speedway goes past Bungard. White flag is out for Dryden. Thompson still in second place. Newsham puts Thompson into the wall. Thompson rides the wall, manages to get off it. But Dryden will come through, take out race number 1 for Street Stocks, third race of the day. Thompson in second spot. Newsham's got some work to do on his car between races. I see the rear bumper twisted around fairly badly. Car 10, Dylan McCaddy will come home in third, just ahead of Bissett. First race of the afternoon done and dusted for Street Stocks here at X Factor Cars Riverside Speedway. Good chance to thank some more of the sponsors here at X Factor Cars Riverside Speedway. Spot On Panel Repairs, EWL Southland, SW Finance, Professionals Real Estate, Beaumont Wholesale, Meet Steve's Autos, of course Steve Dryden that is, Ototara 4 Square, Blacks Fasteners, Howard Anderson Upholstery, Garage Hound Fabrication, Creativity Plus, Southland Tyre Centre, and of course MTF Finance Southland, who sponsor our water truck here at X Factor Cars Riverside Speedway. We can't do what we do without those sponsors, so a massive thank you to them. We'll go to a quick break. We'll have heat number 1 for Saloons coming on track next. folks, Saloons roll out on track for heat number 1, Southland Championship on the line for them. The current Southland champion is out there. The Cleanway sponsored 2NZ of George Phillips from Cromwell leads them out. 22, a brand new car, folks. This is a brand new Gen 5 Hypermac for Scott Williamson. So great to see Scotty behind the wheel of a new machine. And out on track, from what I've heard, it's a pretty impressive piece of kit. Yes, you can see it there, car 22, Dan Black, 112. He ventured off to Dunedin last year. He's returned to Riverside with a brand new car for him as well. So looking forward to seeing how Dan does here on track. And great to see the number back, 112, of course, the number that his father Don made legendary here at X Factor Cars Riverside Speedway. Good to see that number back. Car number 15 is Phil Burgess, the Advanti Racing machine from Cromwell. Multiple changes to that car over the season as well, and certainly worked in his favour. So looking forward to seeing how he runs down here. He is a former Southland Saloon champion. Car number 10 from Dunedin, the man they call the Flying Scotsman, Stu Miller, top bloke, and certainly a big improver in the Saloon grades. So looking forward to see how Stu goes here this afternoon in the Southland title. The Urban Colour sponsored machine, car number 24, Darren McLeod, of course, that's a old school Tirana. We speak Don Black, that's one of the cars that Don actually raced back in the day, so very cool to see that still rolling around the circuit here. Car number 53, that is Jeffrey Richardson from Wallacestown Motors. Pop in and see Jeff if you're out that way. Grab yourself a pie. He's a big supporter of Speedway in the south. The car number 53, Jeffrey Richardson. 57, Aaron Andrews, the Otago Metals sponsored Hypermac. Of course, Aaron, we're calling Aaron a veteran of the sport because he's about the same age as me, so it makes us sound really, really old. But one hell of a competitor, and great to see Aaron make the trek south to compete in the Southland title. Car number 21, Graham Williamson, the X Factor Cars Hypermac, of course, had a great run here at the New Zealand title last year, and a very, very cool looking car. He will start from the tail of the field alongside car number 11, which is Paul Carr from Dunedin. So pretty classy field of Saloons on track for heat number 1 of the Southland Championship. So lights have gone out, means we're going racing. Heat number 1, Southland Championship for Saloons, a title currently held by George Phillips. Can he do the repeat? Will we see a new champion? All will be revealed this afternoon. Phillips the inside, Black the outside. We go green. Phillips gets off to an absolute flyer, down to 1 and 2. Black in second place. Williamson makes a big move down the inside in car 22. He looks racy. A smart move from Williamson up to second. Burgess tucked in behind Dan Black as Black slides back to third place. Goes right out towards the wall. Then we go back to Miller. Andrews. Car 24. That's Darren McLeod, goes high, wide. Graham Williamson shoots down the inside of him. So does Dobson. Then we've got Richardson and Carr. But out in front, it's George Phillips who leads. It's Scott Williamson, the SW Finance Camaro, all over the back of George Phillips. Williamson's done 2 or 3 seasons in the Saloon. Of course, he raced a modified sprint. He raced a production saloon. George Phillips, he's been in modified sprints. Also used saloons. But he's one very, very good saloon driver. Almost won the title here last year at the New Zealand Championship. Couldn't quite pip Chris Cowling, but he's got a couple of car lengths at the moment over Scott Williamson. Heat number 1 of the Southland Championship. Dan Black still in third place, followed by Burgess. Then we go back to Andrews, Graham Williamson, Mark Dobson, Jeff Richardson, Stu Miller, Darren McLeod. And at the tail of the field, we've got Paul Carr, car number 11. So Phillips once more stretches the legs down into 3 and 4. Takes the car out wide. Williamson still right there. Still 2 or 3 car lengths between those 2 lead cars. Phillips now starts to get into a groove. Fairly rutty on the outside of turn 2 at the moment. Of course, that wet weather that we've had the last couple of days wreaking havoc in those corners. Phil Burgess coming under all sorts of pressure from Aaron Andrews and Graham Williamson. Williamson on the outside of Andrews, can't quite get a move done. George Phillips comes around to collect one more lap. He's in behind Carr, he'll put him a lap down with ease. Phillips now high wide, you can see how close he was to the wall there as he came around turn 2 down the back straight. He's got McLeod just up in front of him. Williamson comfortably in second place. Then we go back to Dan Black, car number 112, being chased by Burgess, Andrews and Graham Williamson. Dobson not too far off the pace, then Jeff Richardson. Phillips comes through, ducks to the outside of the Flying Scotsman, Stu Miller. Makes easy work of getting past him. Scott Williamson now starting to lap the field also. Dan Black starts to get some breathing room with that battle happening behind him. Williamson manages to get past Burgess, so does Andrews. White flag is out, half a lap to run for the 2NZ, George Phillips. He come under pressure at the start of this one here, but he is a class act and he comes through and takes maximum points in heat number 1. Followed by Scott Williamson, car 22. And Dan Black, he'll be happy with a third place in heat number 1 of the Southland Championship here for Saloons. Then we go to Andrews, Williamson, Burgess and Dobson. That is how they will finish. But a comfortable victory and maximum points in the bag for car 2NZ from Cromwell, George Phillips. That is heat 1 done and dusted. Stock cars on the dummy grid, set and ready to roll out on track in just a moment.
The St. Nicholas is a familiar sight around Bluff as she steams out to capture Can-Do Fishing's famous Bluff Kinner. Once caught, the Kinner is brought back to the purpose-built factory in Bluff where it is processed, packed and shipped fresh to you. But that's not all that Can-Do Fishing can do for you. Try some of their greenbone fish or delicious power products and you will soon see why seafood from the Bluff is world famous. So head to your local fish market or supermarket and ask for Can-Do Fishing Kinner, fish or power. Can-Do Fishing, there's nothing we can't do for you.
Car number 79, Bailey Mowat out of Riverside. He'll line up in this one here. Aaron Borthwick, car number 18 from Dunedin. Car number 99 is Adam Neighbour from Riverside. Adam Namber, sorry, from Riverside. Brian Tunifar out on track there as well. Car number 98, of course, he's a big hitter from the North Island, contracted to Central Motor Speedway this year. And man, when he puts on a hit, you stay hit. So he's one car to watch throughout this race. Jenna Tree from Cromwell, car number 10. Casey McEwen also out on track, car number 16. So Zane Tahuta, car 88. He's also here. He won himself the Otago Stock Car Championship last weekend. Very, very well deserved championship for him. Tonne and a half of heavy metal, folks, about to be let go here at X Factor Cars Riverside Speedway. Taylor and Hamilton from the front row of the grid. Mackenzie tries finding a way through. So does the 79 of Bailey Mowat. Oh, but Mowat gets spun early. There's going to be contact there with Tunifar, Borthwick, Neighbour. Down the back straight, McEwen trying to weave his way through there as well. Tree looking racy at the moment. Adam Neighbour all over the back of Jenna Tree. But it's Luke Malloy. Red lights come on. Luke Malloy and the 79 of Bailey Mowat parked up just on the inside of turn number 2. Just going onto the main straight there. So Mowat got off to an absolute flyer. Got spun. And got absolutely drilled by 2 or 3 cars on the way through. One of those being Brian Tunifar. As we mentioned before, that's one car you don't want to get hit by. Good to see the return also of the Southland Spartans. They went away a couple of weeks ago to a teams event in Dunedin. 4 teams involved in that. They got a solid 3rd placing. They only had a week's notice to get the team together. They're already planning other teams' events, and I tell you what, folks, 28th of December, the Mag and Turbo Super Cup we're having here is also going to be a Southern Stock Car Series. Could be as many as 32 stock cars here on track. So looking forward to that there. Cars from Christchurch, Greymouth, Dunedin, Central Motor Speedway. Couple of championships still to be run for stock cars this season. Of course, Southland Stock Car Championship and the Ronnie Tree Memorial later in the year. But out in front it is Taylor who leads this one here. Young Nico Tahura. He's in second place in car number 75. Then we go back to Jesse Stevens, part of the Otapuni Motorsport team. He's in third place. Borthwick just behind him. Tree's there as well. McEwen gets into the back of Tree. Taniwha tries to find a way through. Wee bit of contact between him and McEwen. Still Taylor who leads. Hamilton's going to spin to the infield. Find some of the rain that fell here yesterday, does car number 72. Out in front though, it's still car number 84. Mark Taylor with a handy lead over Nico Tahura. Tahura chucks it sideways on the main straight. He was in second place, goes to the infield. So Taniwha now up to second place. Then Borthwick, McEwen goes to the infield. Tree, Adam Neighbour and Mackenzie. Zane Tahura back out on track in car number 88. Goes past his brother Nico Tahura. Takes him McEwen to the infield. Hamilton there as well. A lot of water on the infield here at X Factor Cars Riverside Speedway. Jenna Tree goes into the side of Neighbour down the back straight. She's not afraid to get the elbows out as Jenna in car number 10. Borthwick goes to the infield now as well, so a number of casualties in race number 1 for stock cars here this afternoon at X Factor Cars Riverside Speedway. Race leader still Taylor. Car number 84, Mark Taylor from Dunedin. Nico Tahura behind him, but he's a lap down. Second place at the moment is your 98, Brian Taniwha. He's got Luke Malloy behind him. Malloy's also a lap down. Third place is Shane McKenzie, the 163 from Dunedin. Through comes Taylor once more, comes out of turn number 2, down the back straight. Over a straight length is what he has at the moment, over Taniwha. Then Mackenzie, Tree, the just digger machine of Adam Neighbour. Zane Tahura trying to chase him down at the moment. Of course, Tahura's down a couple of laps with that venture to the infield. Oh, the race leader goes to the infield. So Taylor's out of this one here. Hands the race lead now to the 98 from Cromwell. Brian Taniwha leads this one. Mackenzie in second. Tree now in third place. So she's been patient. Picked off cars as this race has been run out. And she finds herself in third place, being chased by Neighbour and Tahura. Laps running out in race number 1 for stock cars. And it's Taniwha. Down the main straight, through he goes. Only a couple to run here at X Factor Cars Riverside Speedway. Nico Tahura up in front of Taniwha in car number 98. Taniwha part of the Central Coyotes stock car team. He's going to pick up the white flag this time around. One more to run for car 98. Mackenzie will come through. He's currently sitting in second place. Then Jenna Tree in third. Pretty sure Luke Malloy is down a lap. Checkered flag comes out this time around though. Race 1 win for Brian Taniwha. He takes this one here out. Second place will be Mackenzie, the 163. With Jenna Tree home in third place. So plenty of casualties parked up on the infield for race number 1 of stock cars. Heat number 2 for the Southland 6-shooter championship set to take place next. They're on the dummy grid, folks. Hope you're enjoying the action here at X Factor Cars Riverside Speedway.
Are you building a new commercial business or home? Or is it time that your existing premise has had a repaint anywhere in the South Island? Then Anderton Decorators have you covered. From floor to ceiling, wall to roof, Anderton Decorators offer the latest techniques, equipment and technology to make even the hardest tasks seem simple. Anderton Decorators also has the expert team to take the frustration out of your next project. Call Shane today on 027 Painting. That's 027 724 6846. Anderton Decorators. We have you covered.
Back of the pack looking to find a way through. Green flag drops, we go racing, and it's Gordon who jumps to the front fast, but Marshall's on her outside at car number 95. Stronach has a big look down the inside now, so those top three cars almost all changed positions before they got out of turn number 2. But look at Marshall, as we mentioned before, folks, brand new to the grade, and he now leads as we go into lap number 2 of the Southland Championship for 6 shooters here at X Factor Cars, Riverside Speedway. Brown trying to find a way through. He's trying to follow Smart. He's got Cracknell between them. Evans just behind Brown. On the main straight, once more, second lap ticked off. And it's Marshall who leads, car number 95. Shearing up into second place, getting a bit sideways here. The big tank slapper on car 68. He was in seconds, dropped down to about 8th place now. So in second place, it's Smart. He's done a great job of weaving his way through the traffic and getting up to second place, your reigning Southland champion. Gordon in second. Cracknell trying to find a way through. Stronach's right there. So's Brown. So's Evans. It is tight for the Miners at the moment. It's a hell of a battle. Very bumpy as they go through turns 1 and 2. That wet weather wreaked havoc under the surface of this track, but it's held up pretty good. Out front though, Marshall's having no issues with that at all, getting that front wheel in the air, goes wide in turn 2, stretches the legs down the back straight, into 3. Marks off another lap here in the Southland Championship. Smart pushing hard at the moment. He would dearly love to pick up a race win. He led for all of heat number 1 until the yellow flag come out to condense the field. That's when Evans managed to pounce and take the lead. He's edging even closer now. There's only 4 car lengths between first and second place. Smart looking smooth, chasing down Marshall. Stronach doing a great job up in third place. That sprint car experience really coming off here. In race 2, she's holding off Evans, which is no mean feat. Then we go back to Gordon. Brown, Shearing's done well to come back through the field. Cracknell, Simons is a challenge for the lead at the moment. Smart has a wee look down the inside of Marshall. Gets the job done. So Marshall slides back to second place. He's trying to come back to him. Prattley now. He's lapped traffic in front of Smart. Can Smart get around him? without Marshall attacking. Marshall's going to go to the outside, so there may be another change for the lead. Nigel Marshall, can he make it stick? No, he can't. Oh, Prattley goes right across in front of him. Really cost Marshall some valuable ground. Evans is now in front of Stronach as well, so there's a change there. He's now up to third place. Oh, there's a big contact in the wall. That's Marshall. Bounces off it. That was nasty. That would have made it pucker up. Down the back straight. Smart with one more corner to go to bank. A race win in heat number 2. Second place is Marshall. Evans comes home in third, ahead of Stronach. Brown sharing. Cracknell, Gordon went to the infield. She's out of this one here, but Marshall absolutely drilled the wall coming out of turn number 4. Did very, very well to keep that car down. As I say, folks, he's a brand new driver to the sport, but he looks the goods out there, so well done. That man takes second place in this one here. But Ben Smart will go into the feature final, the top point scorer, going by my calculations. Then Evans, then Marshall. It's going to be one hell of a feature final a little bit later on to decide a Southland champion for 6 shooters. Time to thank a few more sponsors here at X Factor Cars, Riverside, Speedway. A massive thanks to Pro Built Engines, Invercargill Tractor Servicing and Repairs, Powderline, Power Cool Electrical, the Invercargill Oil Shop, Rod Fox Contracting, Southland Sandblasting and Coatings, Hacienda Motel, Just Diggin' NZ, Southland Crane Services, Clearaway Skips, the Savoy Bakery, Gary Fraser Building, X Factor Detailing, SJ Allen, and Auto Windscreen Replacements. All sponsors of us here at X Factor Cars, Riverside, Speedway. Of course, get out there, support our sponsors, tell them that you heard their name at X Factor Cars, Riverside, Speedway, and I'm sure they'll do you an absolutely fantastic deal. On the dummy grid, folks, Production Saloons out for race number 2 of the evening. For them, they are racing for best pairs. That is next.
I'm Brittany Carpenter, driver of 85 GM, based out of Greymouth. I use wholesale tyres, coloured chrome rims on my car. If you're looking for something unique and different on your car, contact Wholesale Tyres to get these coloured rims. Or get a hold of them on Facebook at Wholesale Tyres, or go onto their website, which is www.wholesaletyres.net.nz. See you trackside.
Need coloured chrome rims? Wholesale Tyres. Good rims, better prices, great people.
He goes to the infield. Once again, Production Saloons, another one of those grades that if you got a bit of a budget there and you want to go do some motorsport, it's a whole stack of fun. In fact, our next meeting on the 11th of December, we'll have the Invercargill Tractor Servicing and Repairs Interprovincial Championship. So basically 7 cars from Riverside, 7 cars from Central Motor Speedway, and 7 cars from Beachland Speedway will all go out here and do a bit of teams racing just for a bit of interprovincial pride. So looking forward to that there. I actually raced in a couple of those events way back in the day, so it's great to see that they've fired that event up again, and Riverside Speedway will have the opening round of that on December the 11th. So it's Dawson in car number 17 that will lead them round, the Bow Repairs sponsored car. He's got a fellow Bow Repair sponsored car on his outside in the form of Stephen Nicholas. Last year had an I on his car. This year he's decided to put a T on his car. He unfriended us, folks. Car number 9, Elliot Warwood, the big rear wheel drive, EB Falcon. Tell you what, when he gets that thing absolutely hooked up, very, very hard to pass. Tony Jones, good starting spot for car number 23. Lights are out, we will go racing this time around. Nicholas and Dawson side by side down the main straight. In fact, Nicholas has shot the gap, he wasn't waiting around. He's seen the flag drop, but he was gone. Car 63, Regan Constable finds a way through early on this one here. He's got Tony Jones on his inside, Aaron Reed on the outside, so he's managed to move up to 4th place. Warwood just in front of him in car number 9. Then we go back behind Tony Jones. We see the 72 of Blake Swinburne picked up his driver's licence yesterday, so he's now legally allowed to drive, even though he's been racing here at Riverside for about 3 or 4 years. Hayden Skilling gets a tank slapper coming out of 2. Down the back straight he goes. But look at the lead at the moment. The car number 51, Stephen Nicholas, has over the field. Dawson in second. Then we go back to Warwood, Constable, Reed, Jones, Hamilton. So looks to be the 33 from Dunedin, Aaron Brooklyn, that's decided to park up down there in turn number 3. As we said before, best pairs for production saloons. I don't know who they're partnered with. So those 2 cars that are leading this race, Stephen Nicholas and Jared Dawson, they may well be partners, they may not as well. They don't know. We will find out at the end of racing today who was paired with who. They'll add those points together, and that is how we will come up with the best pairs champions here for 2021-22 for the Creativity Plus production saloons. So almost ready for a restart. Nicholas leads him around. Green flag drops. Can any of those cars behind him put pressure and move up? Constable goes down low. Car number 63. Tony Jones moves to the outside. Aaron Reed thought he was going to follow, but he sat him behind, so Jones picks up a spot. Nicholas, Warwood right across the front of Jones, almost swiped the front off the prelude, but Tony Jones went down low, managed to counteract it. He's now up to 3rd place. Warwood in 4th, then we go to Constable, Reed, Priestley, Hamilton, Jeremy Lemon, then back to Graves, McDowell, Asher Clements. But Nicholas starts to drive away with this one once more. Down the back straight, it's Stephen Nicholas. Dawson doing a great job in 2nd place, but he's going to come under some pressure very, very shortly from Tony Jones in car number 23. Down the main straight, Nicholas ticks the box once more. He's going to shoot down the inside of Warren Smith, who's the first car to go a lap down. Dawson's going to put Smith a lap down in a moment as well, so he's going to get absolutely swamped anytime soon. Brian Wilson not doing a bad job. Car number 7, of course, he's got a fraction of the horsepower of some of these other cars. The wee Mazda up against some of these 2-litre, 2.5-litre machines. So Wilson goes a lap down now. Dawson still holding 2nd place, but Tony Jones is edging even closer lap after lap. Stephen Nicholas right out towards the wall. Goes through 1 and 2 once more. They go around the outside of Wilson. Constable still holding 4th place. Then Warwood, Reed. Yellows come out. That's for Hayden Graves. He's parked up on turn 4. Looks like he's made an excursion out towards the wall as well. So Hayden Graves, not the start that he would have wanted. Will this play into Tony Jones's favour? Jones has caught up on Dawson. But there may be a car between Dawson and Jones in the form of Brian Wilson. Jones has gone around Wilson, so we'll wait and see. Young Hayden Graves had an absolute nightmare season last year, went through a couple of motors. So Nicholas leads him through. He picked himself up a race win, Central Motor Speedway last meeting. So he'll have a bit of confidence, leads this one here. Dawson really needs to put the pressure on him. Tony Jones, he'll be excited about the prospect of trying to chase down Stephen Nicholas. Green flag drops, we go racing for the third time in this race. So Tony Jones outsmarted Dawson. Dawson thought he was going high and wide. He wasn't. Here comes Jones right down the inside of Nicholas. Constable's going to follow him through in car number 63. So the race leader, Stephen Nicholas. Must be issues with car 51. Either that or he's missed the start completely. There is issues. Oh, Aaron Reid, he goes straight into the wall as well in turn number 4. So it's catching a few out. Car 16 makes contact. Surely not another yellow. Can he get to the infield? Tony Jones about to come onto the main straight. Reid heads to the infield. He's out of this one. Did well to get there. So it's Jones who leads. Regan Constable chasing in car 63. Dawson's there as well. Then Warwood. Asher Clements, Presley, Steve Clements, Jerry Lemon. Stephen Nicholas circulating around the outside of the track. We'll check next time around. See whether it's a tyre issue or what's going on with his car. Led the race for the majority of it. Doesn't seem to be a tyre issue, so not sure what's wrong with car 51. But he's handed away the race lead. But there's a great battle really developing up front. Constable down the inside now of Tony Jones. They've got Warren Smith up in front of them. Jones moves over, ducks down the inside as they go into turn number 3 here at X Factor Cars Riverside Speedway. Constable follows him through. Dawson's ready to pounce as well. Asher Clements now, she's worked herself up into 4th place with only a couple of laps remaining. Stephen Nicholas, the former race leader, he's going to see himself put down a lap here. Who would have thought that 2 or 3 minutes ago? Motorsport, she's a cruel sport, as Tony Jones ducks the nose of the prelude down the inside. Constable goes through as well. Hayden Skilling, he's absolutely limping out there in car 85. It's the walking wounded here. He's got a flat rear tyre. Half a lap to run for Tony Jones. Gets onto the main straight. He's going to take out race number 2 for the Creativity Plus Production Saloons. Constable in 2nd place. A great drive by Dawson to come home in 3rd, just ahead of Asher Clements, then Steve Clements, Warwood, Presley and Blake Murdoch. But it is Tony Jones. Car number 23, he takes out. 2nd race, best pairs here at X Factor Cars Riverside Speedway. It's the Creativity Plus Production Saloons.
It's action for the whole family. With 23 tracks around New Zealand, there is no better way to spend your weekends than at a Speedway New Zealand track.
Here they come to the start-finish line again.
There's something for the whole family. Sprint cars, saloons, stock cars, sidecars, midgets and much, much more. Pack up the family and make a trip to adrenaline-filled, action-packed bashes and crashes that only Speedway can deliver. Visit www.speedway.co.nz to find out the track nearest to you. Speedway, it's our summer thing.
Then car number 98 is Rose Stanton. Car 12, Joshua McIntyre. And 49 just getting a bit of a push start there before Caden Race. Stella Hamilton rounds up the field. Car number 77. Green flag awaits them. Heat number 2, Southland Championship for Youth Saloons. About to get underway. Look at that. Riley Henderson right through the middle. Threads the needle. Gets right up beside Deacon Borthwick. Goes high and wide. He should get a good run out of 2 and go down the outside of Borthwick. But Borthwick, he's a good young competitor. He'll get the elbows out. Oh, in fact, he's going to go right around as Borthwick. So he spins. He'll be wanting to get to that infield pretty smartly. Manages to do so. So doesn't bring out the yellow. Well done, Deacon Borthwick. But that puts Henderson well out in front. Kate Anderson looking racy at the moment. She's in second, followed by Dane Harvey in third place. But here comes Crosby and Borthwick side by side down the back straight. Borthwick heads down the inside of Harvey into 3 and 4. A lot of smoke coming out the back of Harvey's car once again. They go round the outside of Hamilton. She's doing fine, just keeping her line, letting these faster cars go through. As is Caden Race, as is Rose Stanton on the back straight. They pull to the inside pole line and let these faster cars go through. But at the moment, young Riley Henderson it is. Emma Memphis, she's come to an issue down here in turn number 1, so the yellows may come on. Because she's not parked in an ideal spot at all. She's trying to get to the infield, but she's not going to make it. She's parked up. This will bring out the yellows, it does. Looks like a side skirt to one of the cars. Laying down there in turn number 1 as well. Could well be off Kahu Moxham's car perhaps. Looks like a orange piece of material. Not sure whether Kahu's missing anything or not. Green flag drops, we go racing. Harvey goes to the outside of Anderson, Borthwick the inside. Anderson just sits there. Moxham looking dangerous at the moment as well. So's Maddie Stewart. She comes through the 8-8. Tries to get down the inside of Harvey. So does Simon. Hamilton up in front. That's lap traffic as Henderson goes on through. Borthwick up now to second place. He's done well to come back from that spin early in this one here. Moxham up to third. Then we've got Anderson, Stewart, Simon, Harvey. Then we go all the way back to Dryden in car number 82. But what a battle we've got happening up front at the moment. Henderson starting to clear off once more from the field. Borthwick trying to do absolutely everything he can in car number 4 to chase down Henderson. Moxham, he's cleared off now as well, so your top 3 are making ground. But here comes Simon down the outside of Stewart. And also round the outside of Kate Anderson. Anderson sends him out towards the wall. It's going to hold him up. It's almost put him in the wall. That costs him dearly. He manages to get away. He'll be absolutely gutted. Simon was on a roll, but he's come back. He's going to try and chase down Stewart. Moxham now starting to pull in ground off Borthwick. Borthwick goes around. Big contact between him and Richardson down in turn number 3. So yellows once more. Kate Anderson goes to the infield. Deacon Borthwick got it all crossed up, did it wrong. Go racing once more. Look at Simon right round the outside of Stewart. Gets the jump down to 1 and 2. Here comes Shannon Simon, your race 1 winner. Up to third place, trying to chase down Moxham and Riley Henderson. Down to 3 and 4. Henderson leads, Moxham's right there. Down the main straight, Maddie Stewart, she's still involved in this one. Here comes Crosby trying to sneak down the outside of Harvey. Can't get it done. Young Harvey's driving well in this one too. Oh, there's contact between Moxham and Henderson. Then Moxham comes across the front of Simon. Stewart goes through. It's all go here in race number 2 for the Southland title for Youth Saloons. They're trading paint here, folks, as Stewart comes up to second place. Henderson still leads. Stewart on the outside in second. Then we go back to Moxon, Simon. Crosby's right there. Harvey's not too far off the pace at the moment. Here comes Crosby with a move down the inside of Simon, down between 3 and 4. We said he was having a quiet race. He's starting to come through in the later laps. Simon and Crosby side by side. Henderson Lee, Crosby cuts down low, picks himself up another spot on Moxham. He's got Maddie Stewart right there, goes down the inside of Stewart. Alex Crosby's found the loud pedal in race number 2 of the Southland Champs for the Harvey Tanks Youth Saloons here at X Factor Cars Riverside Speedway. Henderson through for one more lap to go. This could well be his first ever race win at a Speedway. Pretty sure he didn't pick any up last year, but he's going to win on debut in his new car here tonight. Heat number 2, Southland Championship, car number 47 is in the record books, folks. He takes it out from the 41 of Alex Crosby. Maddie Stewart, well done that girl. Third place, just ahead of Moxon and Shannon Simon. Those top 5 cars put on an absolute hell of a show. Some great racing. Felt like a bit of a marathon, but we got there eventually. That is heat number 2, Southland Championship. Heat 3 will decide a Southland champ. Coming up next, folks, Street Stocks. They're on the dummy grid, set, ready to go. They'll be on track next. Technical Welding Services Hamilton are specialists in the transit concrete mixer industry. From chassis drop-off to a full working concrete mixing, the team will take care of the job from start to finish. Full engineering services and general sheet metal work can also be undertaken. Need a quote? Call 07 847 2031 or visit our website www.techweld.nz. Technical Welding Services Hamilton, we are the experts. So, confusion reigning. Steve Dryden, he'll be getting hot under the collar down there. An interesting side riding on the side of Steve's Mitzi this year. Great new sponsorship. Still waving the arms around inside the Mitzi, but at the end of the day, we're not running for a championship. Line them up, let's go racing. So a gap there from obviously where Carl Thompson was meant to be. McCaddy will be from the front row of the grid. Bissett on his outside. Row 2, bit of unfinished business between those two drivers, Zach Newsham and Stephen Thompson. Away we go. Dryden looks to the inside early, tries to sneak down the inside of Thompson. Will Newsham look to get revenge. Bissett tries to come through. McCaddy on the outside. Dryden's right there. Bit of a tank slapper for Bissett. He gets tagged by Thompson. The two Dunedin cars come together. Shire McCarty goes to the outside of Bissett. Newsham there also. Car number 24. That's Paula Bungard. She spun in turn number 2, decides to back it towards the infield, gets moving, which is good. Hopefully the yellows don't come on. Oh, synchronised spinning down there, and Bungard gets absolutely snotted while parked up. Dryden goes through. Stephen Thompson and McCaddy side by side, look great. So reds are on. They'll be over there, they'll check on Paula Bungard. Dylan McCaddy, nowhere to go when he come out of turn number 2. Him and Thompson was side by side and spinning. So Zach Newsham, I'd imagine he'll get marched back a few metres. He picked up a few under the red light. Shai McCarty looks like he's also been told to head down the track a little bit. Bissett's still parked up. Bungard's obviously happy enough parked there. She'll get that car up and running. So it looks like every car apart from the one that I said that probably would have to go backwards has gone backwards. Second heat of the Southland Saloon Championship is coming up next. Can anyone stop George Phillips' march to a second consecutive Southland Championship? So Thompson's been impressive tonight. As I said, he is the commentator from Beachland Speedway, does a lot of rally driving. I'm sure this will be the worst rally car that he's ever driven. Through he comes past the control tower now, trying to chase down Steve Dryden. McCarty in third place, then McCaddy, Newsham and Bissett. Just the 6 cars left in this one here. We started with 8 at the start of the day. All very, very widespread at the moment. Steve's Auto Machine of Steve Dryden out in front where he so commonly is. Leads this one here, of course, double club points on the line tonight across all classes. So Steve will be trying to bag as many of them as he possibly can. Through he comes. Of course, it's one of those grades where they usually run a rear-wheel drive car. Dryden in that front-wheel drive Mitzi has certainly tamed a few critics over the last couple of seasons with that car. One of the more competitive street stock cars in the country. He was meant to be racing in Huntly a couple of weekends ago. Last weekend, I think it might have been. But of course, COVID put an end to that. So Thompson trying to do what he can to chase down Steve Dryden. The MV Motorsport sponsored 318 from Dunedin. He's been impressive. McCaddy now into Shire McCarty as they come round past the control tower. That's your battle for 3rd and 4th place. McCaddy right into the back of him, pushes him down towards turn 1 and 2. Oh, Thompson goes out wide towards the wall, so all the ground that he did make on Dryden, he's now handed away once more. McCaddy still trying to find a way past car number 21, Shire McCarty. Ben Bissett, he'll be rubbing his hands together thinking, I'm going to pick myself up a couple of spots here. Does Bender. McCaddy manages to get around the outside. Zach Newsham, he's at the tail of the field at the moment. He's over a lap down. Dryden's on a casual Saturday night cruise here at X Factor Cars Riverside Speedway. He's got Bissett in front of him and McCaddy. McCaddy's currently in 3rd place. Shire McCarty's gone to the infield. Bit of a spin there for him as the white flag comes out for Steve Dryden. Heads to the inside of Bissett. Zach Newsham threads the needle between the 2 Dunedin cars of McCarty and Stephen Thompson. Through comes McCaddy, but it's going to be Dryden who takes out the 2nd race of the evening for street stocks. Comfortable win, all the action happening behind him. 2nd place at the moment is the 318 of Stephen Thompson. He's going to cruise home for 2nd. Another impressive drive from Thompson with Dylan McCaddy claiming the chocolates for 3rd place in car 10. That is the Street Stocks Race 2 done and dusted. Heat number 2 for the Southland Saloon Championships up next.
It's action for the whole family. With 23 tracks around New Zealand, there is no better way to spend your weekends than at a Speedway New Zealand track.
Here they come to the start-finish line again.
There's something for the whole family. Sprint cars, saloons, stock cars, sidecars, midgets, and much, much more. Pack up the family and make a trip to adrenaline-filled, action-packed bashes and crashes that only Speedway can deliver. Visit www.speedway.co.nz to find out the track nearest to you. Speedway, it's our summer thing.
Dan Black, a new car for him this season. That's the former Ardian Skelton car that came out of Christchurch. Very, very quick package. Of course, Dan was going to come back and run the wee Chevy Monza again this season. Decided to upgrade. Certainly done very, very well. Picked up a race win at the South Island Saloon Series at Beachlands just a few weeks ago. Solid third place in heat number 1 for the Southland title. So it looks like they'll still do another lap here. Mark Dobson, the Watson Farm spraying car 51. He'll be looking to challenge Williamson early in this one here, but it'll be Williamson who sets the pace. The lights are going out. We will get a start this time around. Heat number 2, Southland title is what is up for grabs. Watch for some of those fast cars at the tail of this field to work their magic through. Green flag drops, Dobson the inside, Williamson the outside. It's a drag race to turn number 1. Williamson goes right across the nose of Dobson. Make contact. Aaron Andrews goes around the outside of Dobson as well. He's now up to second place. Starts to put pressure on the back of car 21, Graham Williamson. Scott Williamson and George Phillips have wasted absolutely no time at all starting to come through the field. They've both picked themselves up 2 or 3 spots already. They're separated at the moment by the Flying Scotsman Stu Miller. Jeff Richardson starting to put a bit of pressure on Mark Dobson. He's in 4th place and that's your challenge for 3rd. Scott Williamson's right there now as well. George Phillips has managed to sneak on through. Then we go back to Miller, Burgess, McLeod, Black and Carr. So Dan Black, he's been caught up at the tail of the field. Williamson comes through. He's starting to really pull a gap now over Aaron Andrews. Dobson high wide allows Richardson to sneak on through. Scott Williamson says I'll have a chunk of this as well as they go down to turn number 3 and 4. George Phillips gets up beside Dobson. He's currently down in 6th place. Make it 50. Managed to make a move. He's side by side with Williamson. Sneaks down the inside of Williamson. Slight contact, but nothing in it. So Phillips now up to 4th place as Graham Williamson and the Hypermac Mustang starts to clear off from the field. Aaron Andrews still holding 2nd place. Jeff Richardson's making that Corvette of his. Very, very wide indeed. Phillips manages to get around him on the outside. Scott Williamson now looking for a way past Jeff Richardson. Those 2 drivers have got a bit of history here over the last couple of seasons. Then we go back to Dobson, Burgess, Stu Miller, Dan Black, Carr and McLeod. Out in front though, it's still Graham Williamson. Aaron Andrews starting to come under some pressure now from George Phillips, the 2NZ. Bounces through turn 2. Aaron Andrews. He'll see George Phillips right on his back bumper anytime soon. He's starting to put a ton of pressure. Car looks absolutely hooked up as he comes out of turn number 2. Couple of car lengths between 2nd and 3rd place as Williamson basically got a straight length lead in heat number 2 of the Southland Championships for Saloons. And there's car 22, Scott Williamson, who was having a good run. He spins down between turns 3 and 4. This will bring out the yellow. It does. Just as Scott Williamson gets back on track in front of his father, Graham Williamson, the yellows come out. This plays into the hands of George Phillips now as far as the lead of this race goes. Can he chase down? Can he get past Aaron Andrews first and foremost and chase down Graham Williamson? Jeff Richardson doing a mighty job in car number 53, currently in 4th place. So Scott Williamson, he'll be gutted. He was racing in heat number 1. This is going to bury him down to the back of the pack with only a few laps to run. This will decipher where they will start the feature final, and that race alone will determine who the Southland champion will be for 2021-22. Car 11, Paul Carr, he's just falling to the back of the pack. He'll tuck in behind Scott Williamson, I would imagine. Then we should be good to go. Phillips right under the back bumper of Andrews. Watch Phillips at the start of this one. Has a big look down the inside, but Andrews shuts the door. Dobson's here, so's Black. He started to work his way through the field up to 5th place. Tries to sneak down the inside of Dobson, can't do it. Richardson's next in the queue, followed by Burgess. Down the main straight. Beautiful sound of the big V8, Ford V8 of Graham Williamson. Oh, Dobson, the man they call Gumpy, he spins between 3 and 4. There'll be another yellow. He was looking good too. He was parked just up alongside Dan Black. Gets up and running again, so he'll probably go just to the tail of the field. Should be a relatively quick stop, I would like to think. Get things up and running once more. Scott Williamson, he'll be trying to pick off as many of these back markers as he can at the restart. So will Phillips change tack this time? He went low last time. Will he go high this time? He is strong on the high line. Dobson joins him. Lights are out. Second restart, Graham Williamson leads them off. Andrews tries to chase. Phillips sits right down on the pole line. So does Black. Phil Burgess looking for a way around Jeff Richardson at the moment. Stu Miller, he's right in that battle as Scott Williamson tries to drive through the field. Williamson, no pressure on him whatsoever at the moment. The real battle happening for second, third and fourth. Dan Black with the famous 1-1-2 on the side of his car. Can they chase down Aaron Andrews? George Phillips looks content at the moment to sit in behind him. Carr goes to the infield. Number 11. Graham Williamson, white flag for him. One more lap to run in heat number 2 of the Southland champs. Aaron Andrews, he's driven a good drive. The Otago Metals Mustang. He's had to defend. He's had more pressure than any other driver on him this entire race, but it'll be Williamson who takes out heat number 2 ahead of Andrews. George Phillips, he'll be happy enough for third. He'll start from the front row of the grid. Dan Black in fourth, he may well start alongside him. Williamson will be there or thereabouts as well. Scotty Williamson, he'll be gutted. He was looking racy in that one, foul to the back of the grid. That is race number 2, Southland Championship. For Saloons, done and dusted. Stock cars are lined up on the dummy grid, out for their second race of the evening next.
For any powder coating job, no matter the size, Invercargill's powder line can deliver the desired professional finish. Specialising in powder coating and thermoplastic coating for any aluminium or steel items. Powder line services are suitable for both domestic and commercial purposes with 2 large ovens on site. Powder line can powder coat anything from mag wheels, car parts, gates, sprint car frames to house flashings, garden seats and aluminium window frames. With 280 colours on site for customers to choose from, we have access to thousands more, which are available by order. Give the friendly office staff a call to book your job in now.
Jesse Hamilton, Luke Malloy is car 5, and right at the tail of the field, car 79, Bailey Mowat. Work of the course, just making sure they are all nose to tail. Race 2 for stock cars, set, ready to go. Here at X Factor Cars, Riverside Speedway. So Borthwick tries to turn over on Taniwha, couldn't quite get it done. It was more of a bit of a pat on the backside than a hit. Casey McEwen tries to come through. Luke Malloy does it all wrong, parks out against the wall there in turn 1 and 2. Through that car around, Nico Tahuta goes around. The 99 of Adam Neighbour goes around, so this is going to bring out the red light straight away. Not even a lap into this one. Malloy backs down off the wall. He'll be fine. I think it was just a big overcorrection. And then he went, so they'll back up the crash crew. Borthwick stole a few metres there. Backs it up. Big events happening here at X Factor Cars Riverside Speedway throughout the season with the stock cars. Of course, our meeting on the 28th of December. 32 stock cars on track at the same time. It's going to be an absolute hoot. Brian Taniwha leads him around. Car number 98, Borthwick in second place. Tahuta, Tree and Taylor in a real good battle for third, but Taylor manages to go right round the outside of Tree and Tahuta. He's up to third place. Car number 84 and chasing down Borthwick. Down to 1 and 2. Taniwha goes round the outside of Luke Malloy, who brought out that red light just before. Second place now Taylor as Borthwick falls down a spot. Tahuta makes contact with Borthwick, gives him a bit of a tap as he goes around him on turn number 3 and 4. Tree looking racy in car number 10 from Cromwell. Just up behind Borthwick. Then we go back to Casey McEwen. The 163 of Shane McKenzie behind him. Then it's Nico Tahuta, Bailey Mowat. But out in front, no pressure whatsoever, is car number 98, Brian Taniwha from Central Motor Speedway. Luke Malloy in a bit of a battle. He's going to go into the wall hard, nose on. That was Taylor that put him in there, even though Malloy was a lap down. Will Malloy back out of that? Are we going to see a red again? We are going to go red again. So Luke Malloy having a bit of a torrid time in this one. Taylor just give him a bit of a helping hand that time around. Made slight contact, nothing too heavy. Just enough to unsettle car 5. So we go racing once more. The man we're looking for is the 98, Brian Taniwha from Cromwell, being chased down by Taylor. Car number 84, Zane Tahuta, the 88. He's up in third place now, being chased by Casey McEwen. Then Borthwick. McKenzie goes around, the 163 from Dunedin. Hit one of those big ruts there in turn 2. Spat him around. Down the back straight, the race leader, Brian Taniwha, goes around McKenzie. Red's on once more. Alrighty folks, hey, thanks for sticking in there with us. Of course, the well-being of one of our drivers, very, very important. We had to get another ambulance out here, as I said before, and get him on his way. Of course, we've done all that now, and we can go back racing. So the track crew, of course, they took advantage of that, gave the track a bit of a dress up, because of course we had a lot of rain here in the last couple of days, and yeah, unfortunately the track has just come undone on us a bit. So we've tidied that up. We are going to get through the championship grades First and foremost, of course, Southland Championship for the six-shooters, their third race on track at the moment. They are doing 3 heats. So at the moment, they're just going to run some of this water into the track that has been put on there. And they'll go to their third and final race. So far for the six-shooters, Adam Evans with a race win, and also Ben Smart with a race win as well. So very, very tight in the points. Then behind him, Nigel Marshall lines up alongside car number 57. That's Harrison Brown. Luke Shearing, car number 68, on the next row of the grid. We're going to go green this time around. Heat number 3, Southland Championship, and Evans goes straight to the front, as we thought he would. Fair bit of contact between cars between turns 1 and 2. Cracknell slots up to second. Harrison Brown starting to put a wee bit of pressure on him. Simon's right there, so's young Luke Shearing. Ben Smart, he'll be wanting to get right up into the mix of things and get through this traffic and put pressure on Evans. He's up there in points as well. Shannara Stronach trying to find a way through. Nigel Marshall, he's stuck in traffic currently also. But out in front it is car number 41. Adam Evans from Cromwell. He was Southland champion 2 seasons ago. He would dearly love to grab that silverware here tonight. Pick himself up another Southland title. He is out in front. He's got a handy lead over Harrison Brown in car 57. Then we go back to Cracknell. Simon trying to have a wee look down the inside of Dwayne Cracknell. He might get the job done at turn 3. Doesn't. Luke Shearing, he's right in the mix here as well. Just sits behind these 2 cars that are battling for third place. Then we go back to Smart, Stronach, Marshall, Gordon, Jenner, Reed, and Prattley. So 2 cars at the moment well out in front, and that is Evans, car number 41, Brown in 57. But the battle happening behind them is massive. Smart picks up a couple of spots, gets past Stronach, gets past Shearing. Shearing won't give up easy though. He sticks the nose right inside Ben Smart's wheel tracks. Certainly not giving an inch. Oh, there's contact there. Shearing goes around. Stronach goes into him. Big damage on the front of car 21, Shannara Stronach. That was that battle I spoke about with Smart and Shearing. They were rubbing tyres all the way around 1 and 2, neither of them giving an inch. The front of Luke Shearing's car has got the big shakes going on, so there's damage to car 68. Shannara Stronach, unfortunately, she was just an innocent bystander in that battle between Smart and Shearing. It was good racing, just unfortunate, a wee bit of contact. Shannara Stronach, who was looking very, very racy in this third and final race for six-shooters. She'll be a spectator from the infield for the rest of this one. So Harrison Brown, this gives him a chance to put some pressure on Evans, but Evans, he's a pretty cool customer. Been in this situation before. He'll be hard to chase down from the front of the grid. There was a hell of a battle pack there in the middle. All battling for that third spot was Shearing, Smart, Simon, Cracknell. Cracknell's been racy. It's looked good. Nigel Marshall, don't discount him either in this pack. Green flag drops. Evans leads them away. Harrison Brown running on 3 at the moment. Still holding second place, doing a good job of it as well. That thing will be handling like an absolute pig. But he's doing well, he's in second place, pulling a slight gap on Tony Simon. Then we go back to Cracknell, car number 66, Ben Smart. Smart makes a move down the inside of Cracknell. That brings him up to 4th place. Luke Sheringham behind that pack. Gordon's there also. So's Marshall. Through comes Evans. One more lap ticked off. Harrison Brown, car 57, still running with that flat rear tyre, trying to hold off Simons. Simons has done well to move up the order. He's in 3rd place. He was down at about 6th there at one stage. Here comes Ben Smart. He's starting to attack now. He would dearly love to get ahead of this pack, and that would throw a real cat among the pigeons as far as the points tally goes. Southland Championship is what is on the line, and at the moment Adam Evans has one hand on that trophy as he darts off down the back straight here at X Factor Cars Riverside Speedway. Counting down the laps, car number 41, Harrison Brown still holding 2nd place. Tyre's obviously not dead flat, it's obviously got some pressure in it, but very little by the looks of this. He's being swamped at the moment by Smart and Simone. What have they got for him? Down to 1 and 2. Car 18 from Cromwell all over the back of 57. Lap traffic for Evans up front though. He's going to head around Prattley. Looks like Jenner goes to the infield, so he's out of this one. The auto windscreen replacements car. Harrison Brown. Maybe it's just ultra low pressure they're running in that thing because he doesn't seem to be slowing whatsoever. Evans comes through, one more lap to go. Lap traffic between Evans and 2nd place, Harrison Brown, who's done well to hold on to car 57, car 18, Tony Simon. He's in 3rd, Ben Smart with no answer. But here comes Evans, car number 41. Is that enough to win him the Southland 6-shooter championship? Brown next in the queue. Then we go back to Simon and car number 18. Ben Smart, Luke Shering. Then it's Marshall, Cracknell, Gordon. Gavin Reed, car number 46. But we will wait for the official results to come through. But to me, it looks like the Southland champion for 2021-22 will be Adam Evans, car number 41 from Cromwell. That is not official, but he's picked himself up 2 race wins and a solid 3rd place. We will get the official results as soon as they come to hand, folks, but well done. A heat win in race 3 for Adam Evans. New Saloons are on the dummy grid. They've got heat number 3 of their Southland Championship coming up next.
Hi, Malcolm Nardo from Suck It Up. We specialise in hydro excavation in the Canterbury region, safe dig methods around services. Also we do septic tank cleaning, drain cleaning, CCTV of your pipes. If you want an excellent service, please check us out on Facebook.
Suck It Up Limited, 740 Marston Road, Christchurch. Call them 24 hours a day on 027 588 8809.
Folks, Harvey Tang's youth saloons roll out on track their 3rd and final race for the Southland Championship. Actually haven't had any points update as to who's sitting where, but we'll take a look at the results from the first couple of races. Car number 26, Shannon Simon won race number 1, followed by Kahu Moxon and young Riley Henderson in car number 47. Henderson won race number 2, followed home by car number 41, which is Alex Crosby, and the 828 of Maddie Stewart in 3rd place. So looking at that, Riley Henderson, car number 47, may well be in the box seat in this one here. Of course, that car, he is debuting that. He's done a couple of seasons racing here at X Factor Cars Riverside Speedway, but a new car certainly seems to have made all the difference for Riley Henderson. tonight. Of course, one of the early favourites, car number 41, Alex Crosby. Flat tyre in race number 1 while he was leading. So he just circulated around, got some points. But that was one of the early favourites, done and dusted. The lights are out. This is heat number 3, Southland Youth Saloon Championship. Is what is up for grabs. Watch for Simon on the outside. Gets a jump, goes right down the outside of Harvey. Harvey slots into second place. Kahu Moxham, he's right there as well. Riley Henderson rides the wall. Did well to avoid contact with Stewart. Moxham clips the back bumper on the wall, so he's got the back bumper on car number 44. Hanging off at the moment, so it's pretty wild stuff with the leaders as Shannon Simon leads off down the main straight here. Could this be his maiden Southland Youth Saloon Championship? Let's wait and see. He's coming under some pressure from Maddie Stewart. She's looking racy down the back straight. She's the current Youth Saloon Competitor of the Year. She got that accolade last year at the Speedway NZ Awards in Christchurch. Certainly been a big improver in the grade. She's chasing down Simon at the moment in car number 26. Riley Henderson and Kahu Moxon holding third and fourth at the moment. Then we go back to Dane Harvey, the Harvey Tank sponsored car 22. Alex Crosby, he's going to look for a way down the inside of Harvey. Then we go back to Memphis, Dryden, McIntyre and Palmer starting to work their way through the field now as well. Both on the mentor program, both looking pretty racy. So lap traffic, Kahu Moxham into the wall for the second time in this race. Very, very hard. The Just Digging NZ car number 44. Using every inch of this track and some. Smoke starting to come out the side of car number 828. Don't know whether it's engine smoke, whether it's something rubbing. But here comes Riley Henderson in car number 47. He's our points leader going into heat number 3 by my calculations. And your top 3 cars, absolutely nothing between. Simon all crossed up sideways as he come out of 4. Got the big tank slapper going on. They're in behind Zoe Memphis at the moment. Zoe Memphis goes high and wide, lets those lap cars through. Stella Hamilton stops down there in turn number 3. This is going to bring out the yellow light if she remains there. Yellow's not open, she's away again, so not sure what happened there. But Shannon Simon, he looks like he's found another gear in this one here. Races off down the back straight. Zoe Memphis, she gets all crossed up coming out of 2. Almost took out Maddie Stewart. Stewart managed to get through. So plenty of action happening out there. Absolutely no carnage whatsoever, which is great to see. Some very, very tidy racing, being very aggressive as well. This championship is well and truly on the line. Henderson trying to find a way past Maddie Stewart. Maddie Stewart trying to find a way past Taylor Dryden, who's a lap down. In the meantime, while this battle's happening, it's car number 26, Shannon Simon from Dunedin, with a massive lead now over the rest of the field. Henderson goes high and wide, out towards the wall. White flag is being presented though for car 26, Shannon Simon. He'll collect that this time. There's a wheel come off the B-Max sheet metal Corolla. This will bring out the yellows. So Joshua McIntyre loses the front wheel on car number 12. It's coming back to join him. With a big lead, Shannon Simon, it is now reduced down to absolutely nothing. Madison Stewart, can she get a jump on the leader? Can Riley Henderson jump them both? Unfortunate stuff. Joshua McIntyre, he's looked racy today as well. As we said before, he's a absolute star of the future, this kid. But he will finish heat number 3 of the Southland Championship as a spectator parked up on the infield. Taylor Dryden, of course, car number 82, the Powderline sponsored machine. She is a lap down. So Henderson will have the crosshairs on car 26. And Henderson won't be happy because Simon's cruising away, giving himself a massive margin at the moment. Green flag drops. Henderson looks to the inside of Dryden. We go racing. So Simon into turn number 1 and 2. Henderson there as well. Here comes Matty Stewart. Kahu Moxon down the inside of Dryden. Alex Crosby's right there as well. Through 3 and 4. Crosby still trying to chase Simon down the front straight here at X-Factor Cars Riverside Speedway. We will see the white flag next time around, I believe. Henderson chasing Simon. A car length between the leaders at the moment. Round 3 and 4. This is great driving by these two young drivers. One more lap to go. Will it be enough for Simon to secure the Southland Youth Saloon Championship, or will second place be enough for Henderson? They've both been in the results today, and it's going to come down to the wire. Through 3 and 4, it's still Simon with the advantage. Sits mid-track, comes onto the main straight, and it's going to be Simon who takes it out. Car 26 from Dunedin, Shannon Simon, what a drive. Henderson in second place. Alex Crosby, it looks like, may have gone home in third. I was busy watching those leaders. As soon as we get the results from the youth saloons, folks, we will let you know who the new Southland champion is. But it's going to come down to one of those front two cars. Riley Henderson come home in second. He's had a third, a second and a first. Shannon Simon had a race win. Didn't make the top 3 in race 2. And a second race win. The points are going to be very, very tight as soon as we know who the new Southland Youth Saloon champion is. As I say, folks, we will let you know. Production Saloons are on the dummy grid. They'll be out for their final race of the evening. Best pairs on the line. They're coming up next.
Hi, welcome to X-Factor Cars, Southland's multi-award-winning pre-owned dealership.
Stockists of classic collectibles, V8s, family vehicles, trade vehicles and everything in between. Thinking American or Aussie muscle, family vehicle or custom? Think X-Factor Cars.
Car number 24, Jared Constable, he's been consistent. So the two Constable brothers side by side. Tony Jones, car 23, just behind them, as is Hayden Skilling. Car number 15, Josh Livingston, lines up alongside Jerry Lemon. So a good field of production saloons here for race number 3, best pairs. And it's Steve Clements, car number 25, leads them through 1 and 2, gets all crossed up coming out of 2. Asher Clements' daughter on the outside, just waiting to pounce. She is a former 2NZ, good young peddler. She's in second place. Then we go back to McDowell. Issues there for car 77. That's Swinburne. He goes to the infield. So McDowell holds third. Then we go back to Laura Heads. Blake Murdoch makes a move around the outside of her. He's up to fourth place. Hayden Graves currently in sixth. Then Aaron Reid. Tony Jones making a big move down the back straight. Picks up a couple of spots. Good driving by Jones. Out in front though, it's Steve Clements and Asher Clements. Nose to tail. Steve Clements leads. Might be his daughter behind him, but he certainly will not make it easy for her. Car 25, life member here at X Factor Cars, Riverside Speedway. Steve Clements sits right down on that pole line. He's making Asher have to work for this one here in second spot. McDowell doing a great job in third, but he's just gone too high and wide coming out of two, and he's allowed Blake Murdoch to sneak on through. So Murdoch now up to third place. Can he chase down the Clements pairing that are out in front? Tony Jones, the quiet achiever, he's now up to fourth place. Goes past McDowell. Hayden Graves coming under pressure from Regan Constable. Constable tries to stick the nose of car 63 down the middle, can't quite make it happen. Then we go back to Laura Heads. 24 of Jared Constable. Just taking his time, working his way through as well. Hayden Skilling, Stephen Nicholas with a lot of steam or smoke coming from the front of car number 51. That may actually be the back end of Skilling. And out in front it is still Steve Clements, car number 25, with a slender lead. Absolutely nothing in it. In fact, that smoke is coming out of car 85, which is Skilling. A lot of smoke as it came down the main straight. Still no change out in front. Lap traffic in front of Steve and Asher Clements. Will that play a factor? That's Livingston in car 15, former youth saloon driver. Goes a lap down. Asher Clements tries to go into turn 3 very, very late, but she's on the outside line. Blake Murdoch, he's now starting to edge closer to the leading pair. Asher Clements on the outside once more. Car 17, Jared Dawson, he goes to the infield. Graves out of this one as well. He's parked up. Steve Clements, good racecraft at the moment, just sitting down nice and low, making Asher Clements have to work, have to try and get the overlap. The two Invercargill Tractor Servicing and Repairs sponsored machines with Jerry Lemon up in front. He's the next lap car. Good tidy racing. Blake Murdoch's right there. And if they hold themselves up for too much longer, Tony Jones will join the party as well. Through goes Clements on Lemon. Lemon out high and wide. Blake Murdoch sneaks down the inside of Jerry Lemon on the back straight. It is still Stephen Clements. White flag being presented. There will be one more to go. Through onto the back straight. What a drive. Stephen Clements still leads this one here. Jodie Clements looking very nervous as she stands in the crowd. Down the back straight, Asher Clements gives the old man a bit of a nudge on the back bumper. Here comes Murdoch, has a look at her. 3 car. They come round 4. It's going to be Steve Clements to get home first. What a drive. Great race, 26. Asher Clements in second place. Blake Murdoch put a ton of pressure on the back of Asher Clements, and Tony Jones was right there as well. What a battle, what respect amongst those 4 drivers. They battled hard those last couple of laps, but it's Steve Clements who takes it out. Race number 3 for Production Saloons. What a drive from him. Of course, they'll now go and find out who their pairing was, get those points together, and crown Best Pairs champions for 2021-22. What a drive. Thumbs up from Steve Clements as he comes past the control tower. He's absolutely stoked. That is the Production Saloons done and dusted today, folks. Coming up next on the dummy grid, set and ready to go. Heat number 3, the winner-takes-all final for the Southland Championship for Saloons. It's coming up next.
What you think you do with your four-wheel drive. What you actually do with your four-wheel drive.
No matter what you do with your four-wheel drive, we've got the right tyre for you. So come on down to Mag and Turbo.
Folks, the final of the Southland Saloon Championship about to get underway. We can tell you the top point scorers and the positions here will start in from this one here. Winner takes all. Your 2NZ, George Phillips, top point scorer. He will start from pole. On his outside. We will see Aaron Andrews from Dunedin in second. Graham Williamson from Riverside will start from position 3 with Dan Black, the 112, on his outside in fourth. Next row back, Scott Williamson will start from grid position 5 alongside Phil Burgess in grid position 6. Jeffrey Richardson will start from grid position 7th in car 53 alongside Mark Dobson, car number 51. The Flying Scotsman Stu Miller will start from position 9 alongside car number 24, which is Darren McLeod. Third row back, Scott Williamson. Phil Burgess lines up alongside him. Then we go back to Jeff Richardson, Mark Dobson, Stu Miller, Darren McLeod, and Paul Carr at the tail of the field. Lights have stopped flashing. We're about to go racing. Southland champs for Saloons here at X Factor Cars, Riverside Speedway. Low contact for Phillips and Andrews as they go through 1 and 2. Aaron Andrews got the elbows out. He wasn't going to make it easy for him. Contact between Phil Burgess and Dan Black as well. So it looks like something's dropped on the back of Dan Black's car. The back of it really sinks down. But out in front, it's the 57, Aaron Andrews here, Targo Metals Hypermac, who leads this one here after a bit of rough and tumble in turn number 1. Dan Black, in fact, he's got a flat tyre. Really needs to get to the infield. Down the main straight, George Phillips with a big crossover between 1 and 2, manages to get in front. Graham Williamson chasing in third place at the moment. Dan Black really needs to get himself off the race circuit. Still circulating, there he goes, he's going to head to the infield now, so 1-1-2, Dan Black, he's out of this one. George Phillips now out in front. He'll be trying to build a lead, but Aaron Andrews, how aggressive was he at the start of this? Great to see. He wasn't letting the 2NZ put any pressure on him whatsoever. Carr now, he's about to go a lap down as George Phillips looks to the outside. So does Aaron Andrews. Graham Williamson's right there as well. Those front 3 cars really starting to take off in this one here, the final of the Southland Saloon Championship. Fourth place, Scott Williamson being chased hard by Mark Dobson. Dobson looking fast in this one here, the Watson spraying car. Scott Williamson gets all crossed up between 1 and 2. Out in front, though, it is still George Phillips, the reigning Southland champion, starts to pull away from Aaron Andrews. Through 1 and 2, Graham Williamson, if he wants to be a part of this, really needs to make a move stick on Aaron Andrews. George Phillips, half a straight length almost, as he pulled it off down the back straight there, really starting to find a rhythm in car number 2. Graham Williamson struggling to find a way around Aaron Andrews in car number 57. Scott Williamson coming under all sorts of pressure from Mark Dobson. Dobson on the outside of Scott Williamson. We then go back to Jeffrey Richardson and Phil Burgess there in their own little battle there. Still no change at all up front. George Phillips puts car down 2 laps. Aaron Andrews, Graham Williamson still battling it out for second and third place. The Miners on the podium. What's Graham Williamson got in the tank? Has he got something for Aaron Andrews? At the moment, George Phillips coasts away from the field. Williamson sits right on the outside of Andrews. Here's a look down the inside. This may be where it changes for second. Can't get the job done. Andrews made a mistake, left a car width open for Williamson to have a look down, but Williamson couldn't make it stick. Scott Williamson still under pressure from Dobson. Burgess past Jeffrey Richardson now. Starts to clear off. Richardson gets a big tank slapper. Graham Williamson still cannot not find a way past his old car, the 57, the Otago Metals machine of Aaron Andrews. Another look down the inside. Andrews far more confident under brakes down there. Yellow's out. Obviously something on the track somewhere because no cars parked up. There is something on the outside. Well, between turns 1 and 2 there. Part of someone's car has decided to leave where it should be. Decent chunk of it too, don't want that flying up, so cutting a tyre. So Graham Williamson, he'll be scratching the head now thinking, alrighty, I've followed Aaron Andrews for about the last 10 laps. The guy's not letting me in. Whereabouts can I get a run on him? Scott Williamson, will he make a move on the old man? That'll be interesting. Mark Dobson, he's looked good in this one here. He's put a lot of pressure on Scott Williamson. But George Phillips, just another day at the office in the 2NZ. He's out in front when he's got clear air. He's very, very hard to contain. Aaron Andrews, he's been impressive. Holding off Graham Williamson. So Phillips, the reigning Southland champion, looking like he's going to repeat the dose. Still a long way to go in this one here though, folks. Of course, winner takes all. Anything can happen. We've seen that. But Phillips, of course, they spend a lot of time on that car. Absolutely every nut and bolt checked out on it. The green flag drops. We go racing once more. Keep an eye on the 22 of Scott Williamson now. All over the back of the 21 of Graham Williamson. Phillips leads him down the back straight. Andrews in second. Graham Williamson with a big look round the outside. He's not going to get him there though. Very, very hard to pass from there. Scott Williamson with the front wheel in the air. Mark Dobson on his inside. So Williamson still stuck on the outside between 3 and 4. Has another look. Watch out for Dobson. Dobson down the inside of Scott Williamson. That's for position. Phil Burgess sneaks through as well. So Scott Williamson loses 2 spots. Mark Dobson now up to 4th place. Car goes to the infield. He's out of this one. White flag will come out next time around for your 2NZ. George Phillips. Through he comes. Williamson side by side with Aaron Andrews. Phillips all but got this in the bag. Your real race is happening for second and third place. Williamson round the outside of Andrews. Gets the job done this time, or does he? It's going to be your 2NZ though who takes it out. George Phillips over Graham Williamson. Aaron Andrews in third place. Mark Dobson home for fourth ahead of Phil Burgess. What a drive. George Phillips, your current 2NZ. Back-to-back Southland Saloon car champion here at X Factor Cars, Riverside Speedway. Put your hands together, folks, for the young bloke. What a drive. He come under pressure right at the start of this race here from Aaron Andrews. Managed to buy his time. He was patient, made the move on Andrews. It stuck. He got through, and he is now back-to-back Southland champion. Well done, George Phillips and Teams Phillips Racing. What a drive by Graham Williamson, car number 21. Sat there, he was patient with Aaron Andrews, and he finally found that spot on the track to make a move. He was going low every lap. He decided to go wide into turn 3, and he got the job done. And of course, Aaron Andrews, a well-deserved third place, also close to getting second. So there we go, folks. That is your Southland Saloon Championship. So long as there's no protest or anything like that, which I don't think there will be, that will be your top 3. Stick around, folks. Couple of races still to go. Street stocks, they'll be on the dummy grid now. They'll be out in just a moment, and we'll round the night up with stock cars. Stick around, folks. 2 more races to go. What it is, he owns Gordon Road Vehicle Services in Dunedin, so if you're ever up there and need something done to your car, he is the man to go and see. Dylan McCaddy is car number 10, Ben Bissett car number 317 from Dunedin, Shia McCarty is car number 29 from Dunedin, Steve Dryden car number 33 from Riverside, and 24 Paula Bungard. Massive thanks of course to the Dunedin crews for coming down today and putting on a bit of a show here with our own local street stock. A bit low on numbers this year, the street stock class. A lot of those guys have actually moved up and gone into the stock car class. So they've still got a race to go. Flying farewell for them coming up at the conclusion of the street stock race. Once again, folks, a massive thanks for coming out. Been some major delays today, which has been a little bit frustrating, a little bit testing, but hey, the people, the stickers, the stayers, the big Speedway fans, I've stayed here and they've taken in the action, so a massive thank you. And of course, thank you at home, those who have taken bought the stream from the Pits TV. Very, very much appreciate tuning in to what has ended up being the opening meeting here at X Factor Cars Riverside Speedway. So Stephen Thompson leads him off the line. Shy McCarty parked up there. He's going to block Steve Dryden up. Dryden won't mess around though. That'll just get Dryden angry. So if I was Shy McCarty, I'd be very, very nervous about now, because Steve Dryden's got that look that he's coming after you. In fact, he's left him alone. I thought he would have gone after him a wee bit harder there. But out in front, Stephen Thompson. 318 from Dunedin. Dylan McCarty in second place. Then we go back to Bissett, car number 318. Dryden goes down the inside of him, Shy McCarty. So maybe McCarty had issues, I'm not sure. We'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Parks up on the infield. Dylan McCarty down the inside of Paula Bungard. Bungard just circulates at the moment. Steve Dryden, he's in third place. Leaps around that very, very bumpy turn 1 and 2. Bissett, the 317 from Dunedin. He's going to put a lap on Bungard as well, but out in front with a massive lead. Stephen Thompson from Dunedin. McCarty in second place. Then we go back to Dryden. Very, very much a wide open spread field at the moment. No real battles happening out there. Dryden starting to catch McCarty. He'll only have a couple of laps to do that in. They'll come round and put another lap on Paula Bungard and the old HZ Holden. Down the back straight, McCarty looks to the inside and turn 3, manages to get past easy enough. Dryden goes through as well. Stephen Thompson from Dunedin, miles out in front at the moment though, the 318. The real battle's going to happen for second and third place as Dylan McCarty gets the old Falcon a bit sideways coming out of 2. Here comes Dryden. Dryden gives him a decent nudge, pushes him out wide. Will McCarty come back and have a crack at Dryden? Finally some action out on track. McCarty thought about it, but he wasn't quite close enough. It pushed him out wide. He'll be trying to chase down Steve Dryden, but Dryden now in clear air. It'll be too little too late though. Stephen Thompson half a lap ahead of these back markers. Bissett goes to the infield. Bungard still circulating. Through comes Dryden. Into 1 and 2 once more. McCarty to the outside of Bungard. Now a 4-car race as Bissett parks up. Thompson goes through. He'll get the last lap flag next time around. On the back straight, Stephen Thompson. Lap and a half to run for the man from Dunedin, the man who's usually on the mic. He's certainly waving the flag for us commentators here tonight with a tidy drive. Sneaks through, gets past Bungard. As I mentioned before, very, very handy rally car driver. Very good at karting as well, so he knows how to drive a car for sure. And he's shown that here tonight. Has certainly not looked out of place. As McCarty looks like he's going to head to the infield as well, or is he? Yes, he is. Checkered flag comes out. Stephen Thompson takes this one here out. 318 from Dunedin. Dryden will come home in second place. Not a bad night out for Steve Dryden, and Paula Bungard's going to pick up her first podium spot. Car number 24 home in third place. Well done her on a debut. One more race to go here, folks. Stock cars are lined up on the dummy grid. They'll be out in just a moment for the final race of the night.
Kia ora team, Kelly here from First Base Recruitment. Here I just want to do a plug or a shout out to Sign Solutions. They've done this board for us here at First Base. They've also done some cars for us. They've done fantastic work. Communication is great. Highly recommend them. So Sign Solutions, head on down and see them today.
final race of the evening here at X Factor Cars, Riverside Speedway. And it's stock cars that are going to bring down the curtain on what has been some good racing, a long day, but it's been fine and we've got one in the bag, folks. So McEwen and Mowat. Mowat goes directly. He attacks McEwen early in this one here. Nico Tahuta sends Mowat right out to the wall. Mackenzie there as well. Mackenzie almost over. Manages to drive off the wall. Zane Tahuta now takes Neighbour out to the wall. That's car 88 and 99. So bit of action early in this one here. Zane Tahuta parked up, manages to get going once more. But Casey McEwen, after taking that bit of a hammering there, now leads this race. Brian Taniwha, he got spun as well from Bailey Mowat. He's a brave man. Bailey Mowat goes to the infield. He's going to be facing turn number 2. Taniwha's going to come past. I bet Mowat's in no hurry to get out on track there beside him. Taylor's on the infield now, car number 84. So out in front it's still McEwen who leads this one here, followed by Jenna Tree, car number 10. Then we go back to the 75 of Nico Tahuta. I think Zane Tahuta is almost down a lap. So Nico Tahuta, I think, is in 3rd place. Bailey Mowat tries to put the big hit on Jenna Tree. Brian Happy lines her up on the inside, pushes her out towards the wall, gives her a bit of a spin coming out of 2. Jenna Tree parked up sideways on the back straight. They both get away from there. Still McEwen out in front, showing Neighbour a little bit of attention. Gets into him. They come out of 2. McEwen leads this one here. Him and Neighbour side by side as they come down. Turns 3 and 4. Down the main straight, it is still McEwen who leads. 2nd place at the moment, I think it's Nico Tahuta. I think Zane is down a lap. I don't know whether he caught one up or not. I do know who your race leader is. It's car 16 though, Casey McEwen, Mackenzie and Bailey Mowat. Mowat's been into absolutely everything in this race. He's being a real stirrer out there at the moment. The Odapuni Motorsport car. Shane Mackenzie, he won't shy away from this though. Gets right in behind. Bit of action on the main straight. Zane Tahuta, Adam Neighbour. But out in front it is still car 16 from Cromwell. Casey McEwen who leads this one here. Hard to know where to look, what end of the track to look at, because there's so many cars getting drilled at the moment. The Neighbour manages to drive right between Bailey Mowat and Shane Mackenzie, then he heads to the infield. So it looks like he may well be out of this one here. So getting drilled out towards the wall, Zane Tahuta paying a bit of attention. So a couple of the Needham boys, the Outlaws, and he's going to put Bailey Mowat over on turn 2. Sits him up on the wall, parks him up. We go red. Nice gentle wee turnover. Great spot there for Debs, nothing but dirt to get a nice wee shot of the underside of a stock car. Zane Tahuta, he started to become a bit of a master of this, of course. He dealt to Casey McEwen in Dunedin last week in exactly the same fashion and then drove off to win the Otago Stock Car Championship. So Casey McEwen rolls back to just in front of the pit gate. Those people can just step back from the fence, please. Much appreciated. So they'll get Zane Tahuta's car out of there. It was a very, very gentle push. Just enough to run that car up the wall. Sit him up on his side. Very, very common when it comes to stock car racing. So there we go. Bailey Mowat is out of the car. Put your hands together, folks. No issues there for him. He wanders to the infield. They're a special breed, these stock car drivers. He's absolutely loving it. You can tell by the way he's walking through there. He's got his strut on. Now it's just registered that he's worried about what's going to happen to his car coming off the wall. No, he's all good. So Tahuta trying to separate himself away. So Tahuta takes a piece of panel work with him. Bailey Mowat. Will move to the infield. So Mark Taylor, he's parked up. Brian Tunifar parked up down here as well. He just went to the infield just a moment ago. Adam Neighbour parked up. Mowat gives the thumbs up to Mark Taylor as he wanders past. Can be very, very awkward extraction trying to get these cars off the wall. You don't want it falling this direction. Once again, folks, that next meeting here at X Factor Cars Riverside Speedway, double header 11th and 12th of December. South Island Saloon Series. We'll have, keep an eye on our Facebook page, a couple of family passes to give away to that event, so do keep an eye out for those. Also our track photographers, I'll also have some single passes to dish out for those as well, so keep an eye on the Facebook pages of Corbin Shuttleworth Photography, Chris Scrimgore Photography, and Deborah's Nothing But Dirt. We'll give them some tickets to give away. So we go green once more. Casey McEwen it is who leads them off. Nico Tahuta in second place. Then we go to Jenna Tree, I think it is, who's currently in third. They're all over the place at the moment. All I know is car 16. Casey McEwen is leading this one here. What more action do the stock cars have for us here? They're all relatively well spread out. Casey McEwen collects the white flag this time around. One more lap to go for car 16. As Zane Tahuta and Shane McKenzie, the two Dunedin teammates, get into each other down the back straight. Tahuta takes care of him. Jenna Tree joins the party now as well. Tahuta's going to take care of her. So car 88, Zane Tahuta, he's responsible for taking out 3 or 4 cars in this one here. He's really put on a show here in the stock cars. Riverside Speedway will post the official results there, also give you chances to win some double passes, family passes to head along to our meeting on the 11th and 12th of December. Till then, stay safe. We'll catch you then.